Hi, I'm Brent Stafford, and welcome to RegWatch by RegulatorWatch.com, the only platform dedicated to watching the watchers. When it comes to hazardous activity near pipelines, British Columbians are Canada's most dangerous diggers. And that's according to the National Energy Board in its newly released 2014 annual report. The NEB regulates over 115,000 kilometers of pipeline across the country, and each year it tallies all reported unauthorized activity, which is essentially any ground disturbance conducted in close proximity to a pipeline. When broken down, BC tops the list with nearly 60% of all unauthorized activity in the country. That's over double the amount in Alberta and miles above Quebec and Ontario. Ironically, most of the incidents of dangerous digging happen in the Lower Mainland of British Columbia, which is home to most of the protests over oil pipelines. And of course, consequences of hitting a pipeline can be significant. In 2007, a contractor working for the city of Burnaby struck an excavator shovel 5 times into the Trans Mountain oil pipeline after failing to fully consult Kinder Morgan about excavation work in the pipeline's right-of-way. This set off a 224,000-liter spill that found its way into Burrard Inlet through storm drains. While liability for the 2007 spill was shared, it does highlight what can happen when contractors, municipalities, and landowners fail to fully consult pipeline owners before starting and during a project. RegulatorWatch.com has complete coverage of this issue, including a list of the top dangerous activities to avoid and resources to use if you plan to dig around an underground pipeline. Joining us today to help us unpack this story is Scott Simpson, RegulatorWatch.com senior writer and analyst. Scott, Canada's most dangerous diggers. It sounds like a reality show, but in truth, it's a horror movie.
Well, you know, it jumps right off the page when you see that report. You know, 6 of 10 incidents across Canada are happening in British Columbia where somebody is not making a call before they dig right around a piece of pipeline infrastructure.
And according to the NEB, excavators are regularly ignoring the rules?
Yeah, more than once a week, I guess, if you actually boil the numbers down, 60%. Somebody's going and they're initiating a project inside a right-of-way without talking to the owner of the infrastructure first.
So that's digging right near or over top an oil pipeline?
Or at least starting the process. I mean, there's helicopter patrols, there's people driving around in cars, keeping tabs on this activity all the time, and they have regular maintenance along the line as well. So there's lots of eyeballs on those pipelines all the time. So they have a pretty good idea when an unauthorized activity is taking place, and when they see one, they have to make a little report to the NEB.
Scott, based on your reporting, why do you think that is?
The NEB made one observation about the sort of culture around the digging community, if you want to call it that, in British Columbia. You know, they don't always check first. Maybe that's a simple way to say it. We've got all this infrastructure, and we don't have people always, I wouldn't say remembering, because you know, the impression you get from the report is people simply aren't doing it because they don't really think they need to.
Wow, that's shocking, Scott. You know, it's not just the contractors. Landowners and municipalities are also a part of this as well. Shouldn't they be under the pipeline protest spotlight, you know, so to speak?
Well, yeah, that's an interesting question. I mean, all the sort of public focus and the scrutiny has been on the pipeline company and its sort of safety, it's the safety of its operations and so on. And there's a 15,000-page report that went to the NEB a year and a half ago that sort of details all the work they're prepared to do. As a citizen, though, I mean, I'm a little bit concerned about the idea that we're not really, you know, searching our own souls or just asking ourselves the question, what are we prepared to do to make sure those lines are safe too?
Working around pipelines can be safe. It's simple. All you do is call or click before you dig. Go to bc1call.ca for more information and a 1-800 number to speak with those in the know about pipelines in your area. Well, that's it for this edition of RegWatch. Before you head off, please like us on Facebook and don't forget to follow us on Twitter. For RegulatorWatch.com, I'm Brent Stafford.